Okay, let's go rip some wiring out of the Pontiac. Gotta break eggs to make omelets, apparently. Neighbors doing stuff and working, making noise. How dare they? Oh, where are you? There we go. First, like that, all the wiring's coming out. So, disconnect the battery, like, except for the battery cable. There's new starter wiring comes with that. Don't believe it has a connectors for the alternator because you can have like 8 gazillion different types of alternator. So all this, I don't even know what this is. It goes to a relay. Might have been nitrous on this thing, who knows? And we're drag race, so it's not fast, it's quick. Are you kidding me? Did I just find the entire problem? You're using a relay to... Here, here, oh man, so just go to here. It's a relay for something. There's hot on the one side. Yeah, the relay's not doing anything. The battery voltage on these two comes back through here to the and ice cream trucks. Another mystery wire. I don't think that relay is doing shit. That was tucked in the loom. This is what I'm talking about. There's crap like that everywhere. So it's just things have been added and taken away and everything for over the years. And you end up with stuff like this. And that's why it's all got to come out. There's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Okay, well, I'm gonna get at it. But what I'm not going to do, these, okay, there's headlight wiring comes to a connector here, I think, of some kind. Yep. Unplug those. I'll just unplug them for now. Because I'm not gonna, the harness obviously doesn't have connections for the headlights, because you could be, well, it's for a hot rod, you could be using whatever for headlights. Oh, a mystery wire horn? Oh, oh. One thing, much as I'm bitching about the wiring in this thing, everything is neat though. Ish. You got horns, and everything did work at some point. Never had that issue. Oh, so I don't know if this regulator's hooked up to anything. I don't think it is. This wire dead ends. Down under here to a root. That's a fuse or relay. Again, yeah. I hit the button on the phone, shut it off. But yeah, that's all gonna come out. Whatever it is, there's wiring for the horn and everything else in the kit. So, but here again, here's the headlight harness. And this harness goes through the firewall. So, started to rip off all the loom and rip all this stuff out. Maybe I'll put it on the, I'm not gonna put it on the firewall, on the tripod. Time lapse, pointless. But basically, yeah, all the ignition wiring, and then all of this headlight wiring, everything under the hood here, I'm gonna hack it all out of here now. And I'll show you when I get back. So I want to start with a completely clean slate. Okay, yeah, I'm working on the wiring, but just had to show you tool tip of the week. So this one here, it's one of the metric wrenches, but there's a simple trick you can use to use on standard. It's simply like that, and then now, see? Now it's standard. If you need to use it on metric, you just simply, boom. Now you're on the metric. Boom. Standard. You're welcome. Okay, if you're wondering why, placing the wiring on this. Here. This looks like under the dash here. Not a very comfortable spot. Everything's gone from the firewall forward. That's all ripped out. Trunk's all ripped out. Up the dorsal passage is ripped out. I'm just gonna gank this stuff, but it's just getting like, that was a mystery push button. And I've just got spots teed off. White house wiring, mystery speaker wires, not doing speakers, trying to do other stuff. brake light switch. That does work. Most of that was balled up under the dash and it almost looked the same. Ugh, gross. Because this would be your original harness, and there's all this random shit stuck off of it. So it's just like nightmare material. I think that's the tail light wiring out of the trunk. But see, most of it's replaced with red chunks of wire. Like wherever there was wire damaged or missing, someone had a roll of red and went at it. Which I mean, fine, whatever, it works. But troubleshoot it later. And then there's just so many of these just shitty splices all over. Like, so yeah. House wiring, or like commercial, electrical, industrial type wire, it's not flexible. Automotive wire is fine strand. This commercial type wiring for electrical and buildings is not fine strand, it's a heavier strand. The problem with that though, it doesn't flex. It'll bend and kink. It stays in the shape you bend it to. But what it'll also do is it'll crack with vibration and shit, so it's no good. Automotive wiring, or like a fine strand, you bend it, it'll spring back. It's all, see, it's really loosey-goosey. It's a lot more flexible. So that's the difference. Don't use that stuff. You're just asking for problems. So all the wiring's ripped out. That is the old fuse box. So that's what you get in a 55 to 57 Chev. Pretty basic and simple. If I really wanted to go old school on the T, I'd just keep this for that. But I got that T harness. But yeah, all these fuses were good and everything, so I don't know. That's your main. And it's getting replaced with that. I have all the wiring stripped out. Man, that was a job and a half. Holy cow, because wire wrapped around wires and all over the place. So what I have to do is pick where to mount this fuse box. It'll be roughly the same spot. I gotta see if I got screws because it's got these standoffs. So you wire it in through there. That's my pool pump making that racket. Actually, the pump for the heater for the pool. Yeah, so I need screws long enough. 2 or 3 inch screw. I'm not sure what I got. I got 2 spots. So I'll stick it up maybe a little lower so I can see. Oh, I like to stick them up out of the way, but then when you gotta change fuses, it's a pain in the ass. This car will never be a show car. So ease of access would be my preference. So yeah, see what I got for screws. I'll show you the pile of wire too. I'll just stop. Okay, a little progress I did yesterday. I didn't really, it's hard to film when you're wedged under the dash and that. Yeah, the fuse box is there. Divided it out. It's actually, the harness is actually divided into sections. So like, this has your HEI ballast wire, and then you got main power and ignition. Goes to your solenoid. That one's neutral safety switch. That's a dome light wire. Then this other harness is for the rear. It's separate. What I did is I laid it on the ground when it wasn't raining out. They kind of just, it's actually really cool how they do this. They put white tie wraps that are just like shipping, right? It's all bundled together in the box. You clip the white tie wraps, then the black tie wraps hold into these separate little harnesses. There's a little harness for dash lights and power. There's a harness for power windows. There's a harness for dome light. This car doesn't have any of that. It doesn't even have a dome light. There's no door switches. But I can certainly use that for something else, because there's even the leads for the switches for the dome light. So maybe I can put some other like under dash interior lights or something. Whatever. That's priority is to get it wired up to get it going and rolling. So yeah, so there are all your lighting for the rear. It all runs in this, there's a channel here. So I'll just fish that down through and then into the trunk. So do all that. But yeah, I got the wiring stuff through that goes under hood. It's wet and soggy today, so I'm not really doing much in that regard. See, I just pulled it through. This is the harness for the headlights and signals. There's the ignition, and this has, there's a wire for electric fan. There's a ballast resistor for HEI. I'm not sure that I need that. It's all covered in the book. That's the wire for tack. It's all there. I'll be able to just run them across, clip them up. Be good. Get some loom. But so far so good. Let's just pick at it a bit at a time. But I leave today, go to work for probably 2 weeks. So that means this is sitting for 2 weeks. That's the problem. I work out of town, so it's not like I get done with work for the day and I can work on this for an hour. It just doesn't happen. But anyway, so it'll be ready to rock and roll for July. I'll work these 2 weeks and then I'll just hit this. I have some time I can take off. I think I might take off after this. Alrighty. Oh. I'm gonna unload the engine block and then I'm gonna throw the T-body up on the sawhorses. That's what I'm gonna do right now. Unloaded that. Too lazy to set that up, so I lifted that. Ugh. Probably shouldn't have done that. But yeah, set these sawhorses up and away we go.